Hello, welcome back to our channel. I hope you have subscribed to our channel and that you are sharing our videos. Today we'll talk about some highlights on contract farming. Contract farming is a system where farmers grow crops under an agreement with some companies. In this system, the farmer is guaranteed of the market for his crops at predetermined prices. The company, on the other hand, is assured of reliable source of crops at the quality that the company desires and even the quantities that they require. Uh, in Kenya, most contracting companies are the horticultural crops exporters. They are also the large processors of agricultural products and also the supermarket chains. They contract farmers to grow various crops for them, and even some hotels and some schools. The horticultural crops exporters contract farmers to grow a range of crops that includes vegetables and fruits. The vegetables range from French beans, snow peas, broccoli, among many others. For the fruits, you have farmers contracted to grow like passion fruit, mangoes, avocado, like Kakuzi contracts farmers to grow avocados for export. And for the processors, you have companies like Kenya breweries who contract farmers to grow sorghum and barley for processing of beer. On the livestock side, we have farmers contracted for production of pigs, uh, broiler chicken, and even lately some companies are contracting farmers to grow rabbits. Now, in contract farming, usually the contracting company provides some support to the farmer in form of inputs like seeds, fertilizers, and the pesticides that are needed for uh, cultivation of the crop. They also provide technical advice, and at the end, they provide the market for the crops. Now, in this contract farming, the farmers as well as the contracting companies have to have some motivation, which is normally profits on both sides. The farmer usually is motivated by improved yields, improved income. The farmers through contract farming can access high value crops, and they can access markets that they would not have access from their own. On the other hand, the companies are motivated by the fact that, as we said, they have reliable source of their raw material for their factories, for instance, and they can get the products in the quantity and quality that they desire. Now, for the contract farming to succeed, you need proper planning. There are also many challenges that are there in contract farming. Proper planning is needed because, for instance, farmers could have excess production more than the processing companies require. and you find that the companies will start putting quotas to say you can only supply so much, and then you have already produced the crop. On the other hand, sometimes there can be shortfall. Farmers may not produce the quantity that is needed, and then this interferes with the efficiency of the processing company. Sometimes also the farmers are not able to meet the quality as desired by the companies. And so what these companies do is they have field officers. The field officers are the ones who recruit the farmers. They are the ones who provide the technical advice, and they also monitor compliance, whether the farmers are complying with what is needed by the contracting company. For instance, some companies may ask farmers not to use certain pesticides. And so you have to monitor and check whether they are complying with the fact. Some companies even need organically grown food. And so you have to keep monitoring your farmers to see what they are doing. Some challenges come up, like the most common challenge is the side selling of produce by farmers. This is where farmers have received support in form of inputs from the companies, but another company comes from outside that offers better price, and farmers just sell to that other company. Uh, there are also other challenges that may come in, particularly on prices or payment arrangements. And so it is required that at the point where you are drawing their agreement, that they are properly checked to ensure that most of the things are covered. For instance, something like payment arrangements. You ought to know whether payment will be made cash on delivery, or whether payments will be made after 1 week or 2 weeks or a month after the delivery. And so all those small things need to be taken into account. Uh, in Kenya, we have many farmer groups and women groups and cooperatives. And so it becomes a little bit easier for contracting companies, because when first you need farmers to be in one area. It is most appropriate that farmers are in one area, many of them. And what happens is the groups are able to regulate their members. They are able to regulate themselves. For instance, they will not allow a member who has received support from a company to then side sell to another company. So they keep watch on each other. Um, all in all, we can say that through contract farming, farmers stand to benefit. They can improve their yields because they are getting technical advice, which they otherwise don't get. They can plant high value crops, which they may not have been able to get. They are also able to access some form of credit in form of the inputs, and they are then able to access markets that are far away, which they would not be able to access in absence of the contract farming. I mentioned earlier some of the crops that are grown under contract, particularly uh, the crops contracted by the horticultural exporters. If one requires the details to know which are the contracting companies or which crops, you could check on the Export Promotion and Branding Agency, KEPROBA. It used to be Promotion Council, but today it's called Export Promotion and Branding Agency, KEPROBA. You can get details there of what crops are exported and which companies are exporting. Some other companies I didn't mention that also contract farmers. These are like Bidco. They contract farmers to grow sunflower and soya bean for oil production and other things. They also contract farmers. Bidco contracts farmers to grow babu, the giant babu, because they use it as for energy for their boilers. I think even Chadaria Industries contracts farmers to grow babu, mainly for use in for paper and their packaging industries. We'll stop there today, and please subscribe to our channel and also share our videos. Thank you.